Today our verse is 1 Samuel chapter 3 verse 8. And the Lord called Samuel again the third time, and he arose and went to Eli and said, Here I am, for you called me. Then Eli perceived that the Lord was calling the young man. God blessed Hannah, and she gave birth to the boy child for whom she prayed. When she weaned the boy Samuel, she brought him to the temple and offered him to God as she had vowed. The boy Samuel was ministering to the Lord under Eli the priest in the temple when he heard the voice calling him at night. Jewish tradition tells us that Samuel was about 12 years old, the same age at which Jesus was speaking with the doctors of the law in the temple at Jerusalem. Samuel was lying down in the temple where the ark of God was. The ark of God was that box in the temple which contained the 2 tablets of stone, the 10 commandments, written by the hand of God and given to Moses on Mount Sinai, if you read Exodus chapter 25, 10 to 16. The ark of God, or the ark of the covenant, was an important element in the temple. We could describe it the way we talk about the tabernacle in the Catholic Church, a very important aspect of the temple. Samuel was in the presence of the Lord. He was lying down in the presence of the Holy of Holies when he heard the voice in his sleep. When God called Samuel, he ran to Eli to inquire why he called him. Running to his master shows a dutiful, respectful, and loyal boy. But Eli asked him to go and lie down because he did not call Samuel. That happened the second time. Our verse says, And the Lord called Samuel again a third time, and he arose and went to Eli. My interest is in 2 aspects of this verse. First, he still went to Eli the third time, even after Eli told him to go back to sleep 2 other times. Samuel still went to Eli and said, Here I am, for you called me. Why was Samuel convinced that it was Eli's voice? It would seem that the voice calling him sounded like that of his master. That may address some issues about dreams for us. That we must discern the voices we hear sometimes. They may not precisely represent the faces or voices we see or hear in real life. On a lighter note, if you were Samuel, would you go to Eli a third time? Second, Eli could then discern that it was God calling the young man. See how long it took for Eli, the priest of God, to perceive that it was the Lord calling the boy. The process of discernment is not easy. We need to subject it to some interrogation to know that God is actually speaking. Today, some people dream or hear a voice and immediately conclude that God is calling or speaking. I hope you are not easily carried away, especially when someone tells you that God has spoken to them concerning you. We must subject voices we hear to proper discernment. Lord, help us to be patient and discern the voices we hear to know which one comes from you. Amen. God bless you, and I wish you a pleasant day.